Hey guys, Lindsay Phipps from Lindsey Phipps Fitness here. I wasn't going to make a video about this, but I promised to be totally open and honest about my journey and my battle with binge eating disorder because I want to help you guys figure it out too. I want to share what's working for me, what's not working for me, and just hopefully help you. And of course, it keeps me more accountable. And I can't always just share like how awesome it is to have a binge-free weekend or about my victories. I also need to share my struggles with you guys and be totally honest about that. So anyway, I decided, well, fuck it, I'm going to make a video because I promised to be honest. And no, I didn't binge. However, I realized some behaviors I have today as a result of, as a result of binge eating. I think it all comes down to it becomes a habit. Once you figure out how to get out of your depression and you change your life, and I mean, like you've seen in my other videos, I used to be really depressed on lots of antidepressants. I was a cutter, had suicidal thoughts. I was in an abusive marriage. I dealt with a lot of grief. But anyway, I think that once you get past that, like I have, like life is amazing now. I have so many amazing things going on in my life. I'm happy. I'm living in a beautiful place. What you hear in the background is not birds. Those are coqui. Out here in Puerto Rico, they come out when the sun goes down. And when you first come here, it's so loud, but then it just becomes white noise, and you miss it if you don't hear it. But anyway, life is good. And so I think what happens when you get that all figured out, that binge eating is just really a habit that you have to figure out how to break, that it's an addiction that you have to figure out how to get rid of, even though you don't need it anymore. Anyway, so we're out running errands today, and I've been dealing with some big cravings. This last weekend I got through without binging, but boy, did I want to. I got through it. Today, all I could think about was bread and pizza. Bread and pizza, bread and pizza, bread and pizza. I found myself in front of the fridge a bunch of times wanting to eat shit. Like, we don't even have shit in the house, but I'm pretty creative, and I can create things out of nothing. I can make desserts and get really creative, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure that has to do with my binge eating, and I will get really creative and figure out how to make something really sweet and yummy. And probably half of the time, a typical person wouldn't think that it's really yummy, but because it's sweet, my brain's just like, oh, give me more, you make me feel better. So yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that today, and I got in an argument with my husband over gum, Trident gum. We stopped at Walgreens because I had to grab a couple of things, and I like to chew gum with xylitol in it. My dentist told me that's supposed to be good for preventing cavities, and I have really shitty teeth. Probably a side effect or a symptom of all of the sugar I used to eat all the time. My teeth are in really bad shape. Anyway, and I also found that chewing gum sort of curbs cravings. It makes me feel like I'm eating something when I shouldn't be, when it's not time for me to eat something in my meal plan. And I've been on the hunt for the more hard, like chiclet type gum, because out here when you get it wrapped in a little piece of paper, it's melty because everything is so humid here. So I've been on the hunt for these, and so I stood there in Walgreens reading the ingredients on the back of these, and it has xylitol, and of course it has aspartame, which I try to avoid because it's really bad for you, and it's a sugar substitute. And technically, your body doesn't know the difference between sugar and a sugar substitute. Typically, it reacts the same. The very last ingredient on this is sucralose, which is sugar. And I also avoid that. And I thought today, well, it's okay. It's the last ingredient. And having one piece of gum every once in a while, it shouldn't be a big deal. Excuses, right? So I bought it, got in the car, got all excited. Hey, look, I got gum. And it's not going to get all melty, and we'll just keep it in the car. And my husband called me out on it, which I love him for, don't get me wrong, but it really pissed me off. And I've learned from my peanut butter experience when we got in a fight over peanut butter, that if I get in a fight with my husband about food, it's because it's one of my triggers, or it's become a trigger and I want it and I don't want him to take it away from me. So I realized that I shouldn't be chewing this because it has aspartame, it has sucralose, and I've been chewing a lot of gum lately. I've been chewing it multiple times throughout the day. I used to chew sugar, like Bubblicious gum when I was a kid. Another reason my teeth are probably all gone to shit. But anyway, we got in a fight about it, and I was making excuses, like, well, it's fine because it's the last ingredient, and I'm only going to chew it when I feel like I'm hungry, and blah, 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 blah. So I realized that I was really only getting the Trident gum because it tastes sugary, and that's what I really wanted. I didn't want to curb cravings. I wanted to have sugar. I wanted to find a way to chew the gum, and I've been doing it a lot lately. So we got in a fight about the gum, and I realized I was being a big bitch about it because I just didn't want to give up my gum, even though I should because it has sugar in it, and that's one of my triggers, and I'm trying to stay away from that. Even if it is a small amount, it says 0 grams of sugar, 1 gram of sugar alcohol, but it's in the damn ingredients, which means I should be staying away from it. And then I recognized another behavior I have, and maybe you guys can relate to this in your own issues. Sorry, it's like 10 o'clock here, so I'm tired. But I noticed that when I'm having cravings for something like pizza or bread or whatever it is, and I know it's something that my husband likes, I talk about it a lot. And I think that I try to get manipulative about it, because I'm trying to make him decide that we should go get pizza or breadsticks, so that it's not my decision, it's his decision, and I'm just wanting to make him happy because I'm like that. I want to make everyone else happy. And so I realized that when I'm having really bad cravings and there's something that I really want, that I get manipulative and I try to make that other person carry that decision. I put it on their shoulders. And even though my husband knows that we shouldn't be having pizza, and I don't want to be having pizza, and it's it's like a trigger food of mine, he also wants to make me happy. And if I talk about it enough in the past, if I talk about chips or pizza or soda or whatever I'm craving, he just wants to make me happy, and he'll be like, well, that's fine, let's go get it. He'll resist it at first, like he should, because he's a good guy, and he'll be like, no, let's go home and have what we planned on having for dinner. We don't need to have pizza or whatever. He'll do that at first, and then I think I wear him down and I manipulate him into making the decision that we should have pizza. Needless to say, we did not have pizza. I had a stir fry of sweet potato and beans and veggies for dinner tonight. But I don't know, it just made me realize that I can turn into a huge bitch when it comes to food that has sugar. And that I don't know, I just kind of feel like a really horrible person right now. And I'm trying not to cry. I don't know why I'm crying. I hate crying. Yeah, I don't know. It just made me realize that when I know I shouldn't be doing something or having something that I crave, or if I really want to binge and I know I shouldn't be, I try to push that onto other people so that they'll say, let's do it. And then I just say, okay. And I don't know. It makes me feel like, God, why do I do that? I don't know what the point of this video is. But I don't know. I promised I would share my journey with dealing with these cravings and binge eating, open with really being honest with you guys. And so I wanted to be honest with you tonight and tell you this sort of revelation I had today about myself, that I still tried to find, even though I don't think that I really consciously wanted to buy this gum for the sugar and what it would give me. I think that subconsciously I knew that I was doing that, but I had convinced myself that I had all these other reasons why I needed to have the gum. Like I just told myself that, well, it's, you know, for X, Y, and Z, you want to have gum around. And I convinced myself of that. And I'm just glad that my husband is understanding, and he is really good at calling me on this shit, which I love him for, as much as it makes me angry sometimes. And I got really angry about it. And I just like stewed over this all evening, and I was a really grumpy bee for the rest of the evening because of the gum issue, like the little argument we had, and because of craving pizza and bread so bad today. Like, I'm starting a new meal plan on Monday, and I was trying to get Jeremy to be like, yeah, we can have it on Saturday or Sunday. Let's get pizza, because it's, you know how before you start a new meal plan or a new workout program, you're like, well, I'm going to eat all this shit that I have in my house on Saturday or on Sunday, and I'm going to start on Monday fresh. And it's stupid. It's just part of that binging and that cycle and that fucking bullshit we tell ourselves, that it's okay to go and eat a bunch of shit so that we can start fresh on Monday. When in reality, if I do that this weekend, come Monday, I'm going to be battling those cravings all over again, because it's going to be, that food will be in my system, and it's just going to make it even more difficult come Monday to stick to the new meal plan, because I'm going to deal with these cravings all over again. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have the pizza this weekend, even if it's like, and I had that like argument in my head tonight that, well, if I have the pizza this weekend, I only have like 2 slices, and I have 1 or 2 slices of breadsticks, and I have just 1 cup of Diet Pepsi. It's not a binge, which I guess that doesn't classify as a binge, because a binge is eating in excess, like more than the average person would sit down and eat in that given time period, right? But they're trigger foods. My body sees the bread as sugar. My body sees the sugar substitute in Pepsi, in Diet Pepsi, as sugar. And so I'm going to hit that first domino, and it's going to fall over with 1 piece of pizza, 1 breadstick, 1 drink of soda, and then I'm going to have to go through all of the emotions and the cravings and all that shit that I'm trying to get out of my system on Monday and Tuesday, and it's going to make it even more difficult to stick to my meal plan. It's so frustrating. I'm sure you guys understand, right? And I'm just, who knows how long this video is now, and if anybody is even still watching. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you about this argument I got into with my husband today, and that I was actually trying to convince myself it was okay to have pizza and breadsticks, even though it's a sugar food, even though I never only just have a piece. Some days, you know, I feel like I'm to the point in my journey now where I can manage these cravings so much better than I used to. Like I'm binge free like 2.5 weeks now, which I've never ever been in my entire life. I'm 33. I've never ever done that. I've never gone more than a week without a binge. But that doesn't mean it gets a whole lot easier. I mean, it's easier, yeah, it is. However, days like today are still a struggle and frustrating, and they just make me want to cry. Anyway, I'm going to hit stop now because, yeah, this video sure got really long, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I hope that, I don't know what the point of this video is, but I hope that maybe it makes you feel like you're not alone, and maybe helps you realize why that inner struggle that you go through when you start thinking about trying to eat something you shouldn't. And I don't know, maybe I'm not the only one that tries to manipulate other people into making the decision to have those foods. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope that in some weird way this video helped you out. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Good night.